Grace and peace to you, oh my beloved. Here today I'm in our kitchen, the SOM-PIMPONG's kitchen, and today I've decided to make pizza, my favorite pizza, Pimpong's unique pizza. You know, it's always good for us to be very, very creative, using our ingenuity, come up with something. We don't have to always be depending on outside. You know, every single one of us, I believe, has that creative ability that the Lord has endowed us with. And when we're able to, tap into that, we can do anything. You can cook your rice, you can cook your old, whatever, whatever, you can cook it. So today I'm going to make pizza, and this is the flour that I use, but that's not what I use all the time. This is the weekly flour. That's what I use, the real flour from the store. I bought this from, I think from Food Lion. This flour. So I needed this flour, and then this classic olive oil. I love to use olive oil for most of the things that I do. Then I have salt, iodized salt. Iodized salt. Then I have this yeast. This is specially made for pizza. It's called Fleshman's Pizza Crust. It's a yeast special made for that. And I found it to be very, very good. It's very, very good. So having this 4 items, here I have this stainless steel bowl. So I poured the dry flour first into the bowl. And then I put a little salt, and then stirred it, mix before opening the sachet of this yeast and emptying it into it. Somebody will ask me, so how many cups? Well, unfortunately, I don't use those measuring things. I just pour, I just pour as much as I need. Okay, so it's recommended that you use 2.5, maybe 2 3/4 cup, but I actually don't go with those things, so I just pour. And they will say 1 sachet for 2 3/4 and all those things. I just don't go by that. I just use my own ingenuity and creativity. So I poured enough to my satisfaction, and instead of 1 sachet, I used 2 sachets of the yeast, okay, and then mixed it back. First, I mixed the salt with the flour, mixed it. I didn't want a situation where the yeast comes into contact with the salt. There is something that happens, so I don't want that. I mixed thoroughly the salt and the flour, and then after that I put the yeast in and mixed it also. And then after mixing it, then I poured some oil. Okay, so they ask me, so how many tablespoonfuls of oil? No, I just pour. Use my own creativity, and it always turns out to be good. The creativity, I learned it from my mom. My mom didn't have to use any measuring anything, and he used just cook, and the food comes out right and great. Maybe you and I, some of us will start using that creativity instead of always, what's the measurement? Well, thank God for those of you who have to go to use measurement, because somebody has given you a menu somewhere. But for me, I use that creativity that I saw my mom use, and all the food that she fixed came out perfect. So I did that, and after I've done that, now I put warm water, very warm water, because this, you don't dissolve this in warm water as some others. This is fast and self-rising. So being pour it dry and then use warm, not hot, because if you're very hot, over 120 degrees or over 140 degrees, will kill the yeast. So very warm, but not hot. So that's what I did. And so with that, I kneaded it, and I was able to get, you see, beautiful texture. This is what I've done. I did that from the scratch. Okay, and it looks almost like your when you go to the pizza restaurants and you see them, they bring the pizza. It's almost like that. That's what I've done. So with this, now I'm going to roll this. Roll it. I've already greased. These are the pizza pans. I've greased them. I've put olive oil to grease it. Okay. Then here, the things that will go on top of the pizza. I have jalapeno pepper, and then I have chopped onion. I chopped them by myself. Chopped them. Okay. Well, let me show you once again. I'm coming back. So that's the onion size, you know, like this. So I took 2 onions and sliced them and chopped them. So that's what we have, chopped. So we have here the onion, chopped onion, and jalapeno pepper also with 3 fingers of jalapeno peppers that I also chopped here. So they are all going to go on top of the pizza, okay? Now, here, instead of beef, I don't like ground beef. I don't like ground beef, period. I don't. Some of you may like it, that's fine with you. But I love turkey, ground turkey. So fresh ground turkey, and I steamed it and thawed it, steamed on the oven, fried, thawed it a little bit, cooked it actually, till all the grease out and strained the grease out. So here it is in the strainer. Strained, okay, in the grease. The mushroom, fresh mushroom, and that also had to cook it. So this is how it's come. So you have the mushroom, fresh mushrooms, like cooked, and now here's the texture. So I have all these things, and along with this, now we have, this is ragu. You know, I could either use ragu or use regular, fresh tomatoes, crush it, and then use it on top of it. But I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So here you have the ragu. Okay, the ragu, it's a traditional ragu, tomato base. And then cheese that will go on top of the pizza. See it? Now, I have ranch. So now, I love the ranch-based pizza. So I'm going to make 2 types of pizzas. I'm going to make one with the tomato base for the members of the family who love the tomato base one with the ragu. And I am going to make this ranch-based, the Pimpong's unique pizza, the ranch base. You know, that is what I love. Why? Because, you know, I just love the tomato ones, so I eat tomatoes. I love tomatoes. But I found out that sometimes it gives you this kind of acid, the reflux and that kind of thing. So that's the reason why I minimize on that aspect of it. So I have the ranch base and I have this. So I'm going to do this thing quickly. See the flour? Put the flour there. So now I take this out. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to make it into 2 pieces. So I cut it into 2. And that is even going to be a lot, so big a crust. But, well, so let's see. I think it's a little big. Cut it out, cut it off. Okay, so here we are. Big crust. It's a crust. See, when you go to the pizza restaurant, Pastor Pimpo, have you ever worked at the pizza restaurant? No, I've never. Everything is just the Lord leading me and helping me. Okay, so here we have, and I'm going to try to roll it. Some of the experts, they just roll it. I mean, you see them how when you go to a restaurant, they'll be throwing it on their fingers, their elbows, and sometimes you wonder. So it's always good for you to make your own. So here you have it. And I may have to need a little bit more flour. Once again. More flour, just a bit of it. Let's see. More to help it. Yeah, help it. It's smooth. Here you are. So you see, rolling out into a thin crust. listen, I wouldn't want to attempt to do that rolling. No, I won't do that, my friend. I don't want to do that. That is, I will leave that for the experts. I'm not an expert yet. I just do my own crusts. That is all I know. But as to the fancy rolling, I'll leave that for those who, for years, have been practicing it and have mastered it. And I really appreciate them when I see the way they roll it. So here I'm going to try to get this prayerfully. It will not tell you. Okay? So I carry it safely and then put it on top of this. Wow! Just right on top of it. Thin crust. So here we go. We have this. And now I'm going to put the topping on it. And first I'm going to preheat the oven to 425. 425. So the cheese, you need it adds some great flavor to your pizza. So here we have this one, and some love to preheat the dough, and I think I'm going to do that after the thing has warmed up too. So, but what I do, see the margins, see how this is very long here. Instead of cutting this off, I make use of it. So what I do is I put a little bit of this cheese on the margin, okay? On the margin, very so you see what I'm going to do. Put it on the margin, you know, in a row, on the margin, just to add some taste, you know. So the margin, yeah, the margins, and I'll do it, let it go all around it, and then you see, eventually you see why I'm doing that. You know, I don't want to waste any of the doughs. So here you have a little bit of cheese, you know, on the margins. The margins are beautiful, very beautiful arrangements. So it's tying together. So now the ends come together here, you know, it's enclosed. So what I will do here is to roll this edges, okay, to make it a little puffy on the margins. But what you have inside it is this beautiful, sweet, delicious Parmesan cheese. So by the time this is done, you see that it's puffy, but it has cheese in it. So it makes it adds some flavor, some taste to your pizza. This is Pimpong's unique pizza. Pimpong's unique pizza. Okay? Pimpong's, please remember, it's Pimpong's unique pizza. Remember that you saw it on Pimpong's TV. Okay? So you put it right here. See all this on the margin. At different instances, I put different things in there, which I will not disclose to you for now. This is the secret that I'm just giving to you for free. In fact, on the normal circumstances, I'll charge you about $1 trillion for this recipe. But because you're all so great, I'm giving it for you for free. Okay? Because you're all so great. Normally, I'll charge $1 trillion for this. Maybe there's somebody watching who has $1 trillion. So you say, well, you pay me. That's fine. To make me a trillionaire overnight. That's it. The Lord is good all the time. It's just the grace of God that enables me to do these things. Just the grace of God. It's just the grace of God. So I give all the glory to God for the creative spirit He has given to me to be able to create things like this, which is the Lord. So you see, the margins look very puffy, very uneven, but please, don't worry about that. After all, where is this going to go into? Your stomach. And your stomach doesn't discriminate against this thing. As long as it's appetizing, that's all it wants. So whether it be smooth on the margins or not, or puffy, all that your stomach is waiting for is food. So let's eat food. Okay? So now we have this, and I am going to slide it into the oven a little bit. Let it pre-cook a little bit warm before I come back and put the tomato base on it and all that, and build it up, and then we'll see the concluding further. So we'll pause at this point and then we'll come back to you. Okay? Hope you are all enjoying this time. See, we are back. We put it in the oven for about 5 minutes. Let it warm up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put the toppings on it. First, we need a base. Okay, so that's the base, and excuse me, we'll need this. You know, we'll need this silver thing. Okay, let me. There's a silver, and here we are. Pour a little bit, not that much, base. Okay, and then we just spread it all over. Looks like I might have to add more, a little more, but it has to come to the margin. So let me add a little more here. Just that's enough. Okay, so the margin. So that's here you have. So you have a tomato base. The ragu goes in, and here you have perfecto. What is perfecto in Spanish?
Yes.
Okay, so it's perfecto. I see I've spoken a little Spanish. I said it without knowing what language it was. My daughter has to correct me. So here you have, this is stirred. I'm gonna put this right here. Next one is the meat. So we take some. Now, when you go to the pizza restaurant, they are very, very, very stingy in putting the meat. But when you do it your own, you put as much as you want on it. So here we are. They'll tell you meat lovers, but I don't know how much meat they put on when they say meat lovers. But when you do it yourself, you know how much turkey you want to put on it. So here, put a generous spread of turkey on it. You know, I'm going to save some for the other crust that I just made. So you have, here you have the tomato base, Pimpongs unique. More? Okay.
No.
Okay. So now you have the mushroom. And you put just enough mushroom. Just enough mushroom. Okay, done. So now we have onion, pepper. This is the jalapeno pepper. Put it on top of it. Some of you like pepper, some don't. I love pepper. So put the onion on it. No, when you go to the pizza restaurant, they will charge you for even the onion topping. So when you make it alone by yourself in the home, what you pay for a topping, onion topping, just that money is enough to buy you a bag of onion. So why don't you make it on your own at home and enjoy? You know, enjoy it. It will take time, but it's always good to do it on your own and then know what you put in it and then know how much you want in it and save you some money. Though it may take you time, but it will save you some money. You know, the onion is good. You want onion in all your dishes. It's good, healthy. You know, especially during this time. Okay. So now I'm going to put the cheese. Is a bag of cheese, and that also I'll need to you know. So here I have the cheese. And I'm going to use my hand, spread it over it. Oh, I used to love Godfather's pizza. That man's pizza was great. Godfather's pizza. That man his pizza was so great. It's always good to appreciate people who have that creativity, no matter what. And he was so good. His pizza, his pizza is like, you see the cheese, just a draw of the cheese. So I'm going to make a type of maybe Godfather's pizza. I don't know whether those of you outside of the US know of Godfather's pizza. That's one of the pizzas that we used to have. They still have Godfather's pizza. We still have them here, but not in the cities. You find them in the rural areas like somewhere along Burlington here in North Carolina. I think I might have to add a little more. This is about 3 cups of cheese, which is plenty, but you will not get that again in the pizza restaurants. You won't get it there. You won't get as much. If you do, you have to pay extra. But since if you make it yourself, you can put as much as you want in it and enjoy it yourself. Okay, today is pizza day, Pimpong's pizza day. So here, now I'm going to spread some Parmesan cheese on top of it. What it's going to do is going to add some extra added flavor. Okay, so that's what I've done. Then I'll come back. I'm going to slide this in the oven. I'm going to show you as I slide it in the oven. You're going to see. So here it is. Ready? See? So I'm going to slide it into the oven and then get the other crust out of the oven. Now this is the crust for the crust for the crust for the ranch. Okay, the crust for the ranch. That I put it. You see that there's no puffiness around it because I'm not going to put cheese in it, so I don't put anything on the margin. So that here there's a crust. Okay. So what I'm going to put on this is only ranch. I'm going to use the ranch as a base. Ranch as a base. Okay. Instead of the tomato sauce, I just use ranch, and that is it. Okay. Just hold on. Here I'm coming. I'm just going to use ranch. Just ranch, and so I pour several amount, generous amount of ranch on it. It's Pimpong's. So I put ranch, and that's all I'm going to put on it, ranch. The base. Ranch. I gave this recipe to one restaurant who I had them to be making for me, but They were charging exorbitantly for that pizza. And their reason was that the ranch was very expensive. I come to find out that that actually wasn't the case. They were telling me that they made their own ranch and all that. So like I came to find out that that was, they just didn't want to do it. So I left them alone. And I make my own pizza. Okay, so this is it. And then, so I've already put, so this is the base. And then I'm coming back. Now I'm going to put the meat in it. Okay. Several mushrooms on it, you know. The rest of the mushroom, put it on this. They don't have to be concentrated on one area. You have to make it so even so that everybody can get a share of it. So here we are. Good. Now we have onion, pepper, onion. My daughter doesn't want this, but you don't know what you are missing. Put it all on it. Fact, I need to put the rest of the meat on because I'm not going to eat it. Oh no, not this one. So here we are. This is going to be the vegetable, the Pimpong's unique ranch. Now I'm going to come back and put some ranch on top of it. Okay, so this is beautiful, unique ranch, all ranch base. No cheese, no tomato base. It's just ranch. No Parmesan cheese, none. So all ranch. But the other one that I made the other time, I used the French dressing, and that also was great. So this is what you have. So we'll come back in about 20 minutes and the first one will be ready. There are another 20 minutes this one ready because I'm not going to put both of them in the oven because the one just needs, if my oven was too huge to accommodate two side by side, it would be different. But as to layering it up one on top of the other, no. So I'll wait till this one is done. And when it is done, then I'll take it out and then put this one in. Okay, so here is it as Pastor Pimpong in the SOM-PIMPONG's kitchen here in North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina. We've just shown you two different types of pizza: the ranch-based pizza and the tomato-based pizza with cheese. Finally, Pimpong's unique pizza. Pimpong's unique pizza with cheese and tomato base. And then that's Pimpong's unique pizza. Cheese and tomato base. And then Pimpong's unique pizza with ranch base. And it's all done, ready to eat. And I'm going to have the chief sampler, my own wife. She's coming to get it.
I can't wait. Oh, Godfather's Pizza, eat your heart out. Pimpong's unique pizza.
Sure it's not too hot.
Now I have to try mine also. Okay? So here I come. Thin crust. Thin crust. Pimpong's unique pizza with ranch. Let's see how it tastes. See? It's a thin crust. Okay? So, the highest degree. It's good. It's good, my friend. It's good. You love it. Thank you all. God bless.